What's going on, guys? ShadowNinja here, and today we have an update regarding Call of Duty 2021. We have some information. Now, I will be completely honest, my last video annotation here on screen, I wasn't pleasant from the leaks and the rumors we're getting regarding this game. Now, while this is a little bit more on the positive side of news of, specifically what's going on with this Call of Duty title, I'm still not, as optimistic at all. Again, Sledgehammer Games has had a shaky time making Call of Duty, specifically with Advanced Warfare, which I thought was fairly good in terms, except for the skill-based matchmaking, and then the loot boxes decimated that game. And in World War II, I hated it after 1 week. So with that being said, what is up with this next title? Where is it taking place now? In my following video, we talked about how it's going to be a sequel to World War II. It possibly will take place in a different theater. Now, none of this stuff here changes any of that, and we'll talk about that soon. But from Modern Warzone, their source has, here on screen, their tweet, part of the next Call of Duty title takes place during the mid to late 1950s. The Korean War ended in 1953. Well, quotations ended. And then, whereas, the Vietnam War began in November of 1955. Now, understanding these conflicts isn't pretty important. So, the Vietnam War didn't really kick off drastically in 1955. It was not as big as it was, or we like to think it was. At that time, it really kicked up later in the 60s, but in the late 50s, not so much. The Korean War, this is something I think is a little bit more plausible if they did do some sequel to World War II. But again, this is the information. This is from the source. Again, this is rumors. This is nothing official. We have to wait and see what's going on with the next title. But it's important to mention what's going on with the production cycle of Sledgehammer Games and why this setting is actually being taken place. Now, this isn't from any inside reports or at all. This is just something I know from my game design background and just things that happened in the industry in the past. So, they're on a tight schedule when it comes to their production. They have a limited amount of time to make a game. As we've shown, especially with Black Ops Cold War, Activision does not care about delaying a game. They want you to have this game out front and center, and they'll do anything by no means to make sure they get profits. It's how Activision rolls. We don't like it, but somehow Treyarch pulled together a game. Whether it's good or bad is one thing, but again, this situation is not going to be changing for anyone under Activision's banner. So to ease costs and make a game as quick as possible, Sledgehammer Games has a lot of assets from World War II. And in the 50s, a lot of this weaponry was still being used to maximum capacity. So we're talking the Tommy gun, specifically in the Cold War. A lot of World War II weapons were used in the Korean War. Now, I'm not too sure about the Vietnam War. I do know that in the 60s, that's when the M16 started rolling around, and different weapons were being inserted into that era. But for the most part, a lot of weaponry going on was, and especially in the early 50s, was World War II weaponry, from tanks to even planes. We're starting to get a little bit to the more jet engine side of things, but in general, a lot of the assets from World War II can be used for this next Call of Duty title, which would save Sledgehammer Games a drastic amount of time. We're talking, they just probably got to repolish animations, which is way better than doing the animations from scratch. We're talking, asset creations need, weapons need updates, updated textures depending on what they're doing, what engine. These things just need updates compared to a whole new time developing the gun, the models, everything in that nature. So it makes sense for them to be cutting corners in this case to save time and crunch, valuable crunch that will, not decimate the developers working on this game. But that's some of the stuff in regards to Sledgehammer Games in Call of Duty 2021. It's seemingly almost guaranteed at this point that Sledgehammer Games is coming out with a new title. Now, in regards to Modern Warfare's sequel, we do know that they're, I think, working on some voice capture, mocap. The actor of Captain Price has talked about that a little bit recently. But in general, I don't think Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 2.5, I don't know what you're going to call next Modern Warfare game, the reboot Modern Warfare 2. They talk about how the story is definitely there. He doesn't want to share nothing, but I don't think Infinity Ward should take this helm of the next Call of Duty, no matter how much I want them to. I want them to have that full time given, because last time they did it, they created Modern Warfare 2019, which has been my favorite Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 3. And it's been a long time since I enjoyed Call of Duty. And, you might hate it or love it. It definitely got the franchise going back on the right track for a lot of people, especially with their Warzone Battle Royale mode. So, with that being said, let me know what you guys think about this information regarding, the setting, the source for Modern Warzone. Also, link down below. I should have probably said this earlier. Everything is cool. The tweet, the account, their website, anything you can find from this person or this site down below in the description. Check them out. A lot of great sources, and they're spot on most of the time on things like that, and they do have their inside sources. So this source randomly isn't like he doesn't know anybody. They've been spot on before. But with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely drop this video a like, and for more Call of Duty 2021 information, Call of Duty Warzone, Destiny 2, definitely hit that subscribe button. We got a lot of good stuff on the way. With that being said, hope you guys have a good one. ShadowNinja here, and I'm out.